I thought I was recording and I wasn't. So the past couple of days, I have been, you know, observing, not even the past couple of days, my whole life. I'm super curious by nature, and I like to hear other people's perspectives. But the last couple of days, a couple of, I guess, I don't even know what to call them, teachers, seekers like myself. I've been watching their YouTube channels, and one person was saying, you know, she's at a place where she's like, you know, whatever feelings arise for you, whether they're considered good or bad, allow them to be as they are. Allow them to arise, experience them, and allow them, which, you know, I don't really believe in right or wrong, but I definitely align with that. I think it's super important to allow feelings, whatever they are, whether you like them or not, to arise within you. I think that Source is very particular, or not very particular, very purposeful in putting every single person and every single thing into alignment so it can experience life through, say, my unique perspective, your unique perspective, and everybody else's unique perspective, because it affects and impacts the overall pattern, the overall goal of the of Source. So this brings me to the next lady. So I was watching another woman, and she was talking about how, you know, we're going from kind of a right, wrong, separate kind of mindset and experience to a more collective experience, which again, I also align with. She, however, said some interesting things that I don't align as much with, and it's not to make her wrong because it's all perfect, but just another thing that came to my awareness that you might consider as well. And again, there's no right or wrong. There's my experience and yours. So what was she saying? She was saying that we would start seeing from the perspectives of many. And, you know, we can tap into our higher selves, into Source energy, and we can see the broader perspective. Now, when we're in our human forms, we can get really caught up in the details and the, you know, she did this, he did that, I experienced this way. You know, we can get really caught up in the details and the stories, where Source just experiences the wholeness of it. Not from a good or bad perspective, but just from a experiential perspective. And rather than, I think, seeing through the eyes of the collective, which would, to me, defeat the purpose of why we're here. So let me back up a little bit. I believe we are extensions of Source being. And the reason that I think we're here, and I have my own unique perspective, not that it's right, not that it's best, but it's my unique perspective because it serves the collective that really is all of us. There's like a patterning, and my particular expression serves the overall collective energy. And so for me to try to see and try to understand the world through, say, your eyes, it doesn't even make sense, in my opinion. And this isn't because I don't care, because obviously I do. I'm very curious, and I love hearing other people's perspectives. What I think we get stuck in, and what the tendency I think has been, is that perspective is wrong. And I hope that's not how I'm coming across right now. This is just, you know, thinking and being curious and learning and growing, because I think all those perspectives have validity. But kind of what I was gathering today is like a tree. You know, there's different aspects of the whole of the tree. There's the roots, there's the branches, there's the bark, there's the leaves, and the leaf doesn't need to understand the root at all. The leaf just needs to serve its purpose, and the root serves its purpose, and it serves the collective of the whole tree. But the two things don't need to understand each other. And I feel like that's more where we're going. It's not an understanding of the details, because, and it's not even an understanding like, oh, I'm going to agree with everything you say, because I actually think the contrast and the polarity is how we learn. Now, we don't need to be so polarized where we're in this right, wrong, good, bad type, scenario, which is what I think we have done. But it's more of a curiosity and a listening to other people, and I really enjoy hearing people who have taken the time to know themselves, and who've taken the time to get curious and to go within. So just to kind of wrap this up, I think that we're just here for Source to flow through, for Source to, because Source can't experience the perspective of me without me, and Source can't experience the perspective of you without you. And I can see at least, how that would serve such a huge if there's just one person, just one vehicle for Source to experience through, it's just my perspective, my ideas, my thoughts, and that's the expansion is obviously limited. So I think that it just, it's important to hold both truths. My perspective and my own personal alignment matters, because it's the way that Source receives information through me, and so does yours. And so the bigger picture is that there's a certain faith that we really have to just sit back and allow, because I might not like the way that you do everything, and I might not like the way that you think, the way that you live, the way that you run your household, the way that you vote, the way that you parent, and vice versa. But that's where I think faith comes in, and that bigger perspective, that broader perspective of Source, that there is no right way. My way isn't better. My way isn't worse. Likewise, my way is of service, and so is everybody else's, whether we like it or not. So, I think that just holding that bigger truth, that we're all extensions of Source energy. And when you don't understand someone, it's because you're not supposed to. So understand yourself, and just have the knowing, the inner knowing, that we're all of service, and we're all serving the greater good, the greater expansion of the one thing that we all are, Source. So thanks for being here.